Okay, so no funny opening skit or some bullshit like that. Before we get started, I just wanted to say that lately you guys have been giving me recommendations of movies to watch and review, and I just want to say please keep them coming, honestly, because over the holidays I watched a fair chunk of movies that I wasn't gonna watch or I'd never even heard of, and you guys recommended them to me, and I've been trying to do my best to keep up on them and review them. There's been a few stinkers, but for the most part, I mean, the stuff you guys are telling me to give a watch and review has been killer. So what I'm saying is please keep the recommendations coming in, because so far you guys are on the mark. And I think, the family that we are here on Happywax TV, I think we all kind of like the same style of movie for the most part. So a lot of the stuff you guys are recommending to me is stuff that I love to watch. So keep them coming in is basically what I'm saying. Hey guys, welcome to Happywax TV. So yeah, with that out of the way, and again, one more time, I want to say thank you to all the subs that, keep recommending me movies. Just keep them coming because it's awesome. So, and this one was a recommendation, The Dark. Now, I'll tell you, I remember this movie because I had the trailer sent to me back, I think it was in 2017. So we're going back a ways, and it came out last October. And I'll tell you something, I'll be honest, I saw the trailer, I watched the trailer, and I don't know, I just didn't think it was going to be that good of a movie, so I passed on it because I don't do a lot of trailer reviews anymore anyways, but I don't know, man, I don't like talking bad about a trailer because, it's not really fair to the movie. And this would have been a case in point because I probably wouldn't have said very many good things about the trailer because to me it didn't look good. But I just sat down and watched this movie on a recommendation from the subscriber. I got to tell you, I got to start writing names down because I totally forget who asked me to watch this. So you know who you are, and I totally apologize for forgetting your name. Yeah, I have to be more, I have to be a little more responsible when it comes to that because you guys are recommending a lot of stuff. So I got to start dropping names here. You know what I mean? To say thank you. So anyways, this was a recommendation of a movie I didn't think was going to be very good. And I'm eating my words because I'm telling you, I don't think, I didn't love this movie, L-O-V-E type love. It was more like love, L-U-V sort of style. Do you know what I mean? I thought it was really fucking good. It was way better than I thought it was going to be. Because when I saw the trailer, man, I was like, this ain't going to fucking work. But let me get you the synopsis. An undead teenage girl befriends a blind boy that she meets in a forest she haunts and hunts in. Both have been victim of unimaginable abuse, and each finds solace in each other. There may be a chance of light at the end of the tunnel, but will it come with a body count? Okay, so that's pretty much the first act. We are introduced to our main characters, who are, Nadia Alexander plays Mina. She is kind of like the creature in this movie, or the zombie girl. Toby Nichols, who plays Alex. And then really the only other, there's a few people in this movie, but Karl Markovics, who plays Josef Hoffer. He's kind of in the opening segment, you see him at a variety store, you know what I mean? And you don't really know what he's all about, right? Because it almost starts off like No Country for Old Men. You know, when Javier Bardem is in the variety store and he gives the guy the chance when he flips the coin there to live. It's kind of that same sort of setup scenario. You know what I mean? But he's wanted for something. I think they flash it on the TV screen and say what he's wanted for, but there's a manhunt for him, and it flashes up on the store of this, like the TV of this convenience store while he's in there talking to the clerk. So of course the clerk gets shot dead because, he recognizes him and he doesn't want to get caught. So anyway, so he books it to this, I don't know, it's kind of like a secluded house in this forest called Devil's Gate. And this is kind of where the movie starts. So the girl, Mina, lives in this house, all right? So while Josef is kind of resting there on the bed, they don't actually say why he picked that house for some reason, but I think he just kind of came across it and thought it would be a good spot to maybe hide out in for the night. But anyways, he crosses paths with Mina and he kills her. Or sorry, she kills him. And then that's when we meet Alex, because Alex is in kind of the back hatch of this SUV that he's driving. And Alex has been terribly burned on his eyes, so he's lost his sight. And they don't really, like they don't give in the, well actually for the whole movie, they don't really give you a reason as to why Alex cares for Yosef so much, because I get the sense that he kidnapped him, you know what I mean? But I don't know, there's a few things that are unanswered in this movie, but whatever, you just kind of go with it, you know what I mean? Because basically the whole kind of gist of this movie is Mina, and you know, up until halfway through the second act, like through my head, it was almost distracting. I was like, how is she like this now? Like what happened to her? Because she's like this zombie girl, right? Because after she kills Yosef, she eats him. You know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck happened to her? Like, how did she come back from the dead? And then finally, right at the halfway mark, they kind of show, and I don't want to give spoilers, but it's kind of in the trailer. And of course, this movie's, you know, 2018, and there's a ton of reviews for it. So, but you know, she's had this terrible abuse by her mom's boyfriend. You know what I mean? And it's almost unsettling to watch, you know what I mean? Because I have a daughter, and like if something like that ever happened to her, like, well, I'd be doing Happywax TV from jail, because I would kill anyone that ever did that to my fucking kids. So, I mean, but, you know, long story short, she does get a revenge, but it doesn't explain why she comes back from the dead, you know what I mean, in this zombie state, and then, you know, she's kind of trapped, you know, in this forest, you know what I mean? So there are a lot of questions that are unanswered, but this movie's so good that you just kind of accept them. Do you know what I mean? And it's funny too, because again, might be a little spoilerish, but I mean, I'm assuming most of you have seen this movie. If you haven't, you might want to shut this video off now and then just go watch it, because just take my word for it, this movie's fucking awesome. I would give it a strong 8 for a rating, but you know, they don't really explain why she's this zombie or why she came back. I mean, the torment that she went through, and, you know, what her mom's boyfriend did to her, you know what I mean, and then buried her and stuff. But they don't explain how she came back, unless I missed it, but I don't think I did. But it's great that she got the revenge, but now she's stuck in this zombie state, having to eat these people, do you know what I mean? And her legend is growing, because everybody that comes into this forest, this Devil's Pass or Devil's Gate, whatever it's called, know that she's out here, or there's like, you know, this legend of this creature that roams the woods, and it's her, right? But she's befriended Alex, she doesn't kill him, and she's trying to protect him now, because these guys who Yosef was supposed to call if anything happened have now come, you know, looking for them. And then there's also people on the hunt for them that want the reward. So Mina is slowly killing them off, right? So, but as they get closer to each other, she becomes more human again. So it's kind of a movie you just kind of have to go with the flow, you know what I mean? Because there's some things that aren't explained, but I mean, it just works. It really does. And I'll tell you, and I've said this 1,000 times, you know, in this land of big budget horror movies, I mean, it's stuff like this. Now, don't get me wrong. This movie definitely had a budget, you know what I mean? But a lot of the effects are practical. I don't think there's much CGI in this at all. And it's good dialogue, you know what I mean? You've got this girl who's like a zombie, and this kid who's fucking blind, but you care about both of them. You care about what, you know, happened to them to get to that state, and what's happening to them as they're trying to survive. And they have to kill people along the way to survive that really shouldn't die. So it's just, you know, it's a mixed bag of emotions, and a lot of times it doesn't work in a style of movie like this, but it definitely works in this movie, and I fucking loved it. So, yeah, so I'm not going to say any more than that. If you haven't seen it, I apologize for the spoilers. I did put spoilerish review in the title, so you knew what you were getting into. I won't tell you the ending, obviously, but seriously, if you haven't seen this movie, if you're like me and you passed it because you didn't think the trailer was that good, take my word for it and go watch this fucking movie. I guarantee you may not love it, LUV, but you'll definitely fucking like it. I know that for sure. It's not a movie you're gonna fucking hate. Absolutely. So anyways, it's called The Dark. It's been out, like I said, since 2018. But yeah, if you've passed over it, do yourself a favor and go watch it, and then let me know what you think. And if you have seen it, let me some comments down below, and let me know what you thought of this one, if you liked it as much as I did. So anyways, guys, again, thanks for the recommendation. Keep them coming in, please, because the stuff you guys are asking me to watch is killer, man. And most of it I haven't seen, so it's a good, you know what I mean? Like, I try and stay up to date on the new stuff, you know what I mean? So I can let you know before it actually comes out. But there's always slow spots, you know what I mean, in the releases. So it's nice to fill it in with stuff like this, with stuff that's a little bit older that I haven't seen, and this definitely hit the mark. So anyways, okay, The Dark, let me know what you guys think of it, and as always, stay scared.